firstly, this will be the British Prime Minister's second foreign trip since he took office. What exactly prompted it? Why is it coming now?
Well, as you said, it's been 5 years since there has been a bilateral summit between a French president and a UK prime minister. These used to be very regular, pretty much every year. There are a number of reasons for that. Boris Johnson was one of the reasons. It's fair to say, I think, that Emmanuel Macron simply did not trust Boris Johnson. He didn't think he was serious, and he thought he was untrustworthy, particularly after Boris Johnson threatened unilaterally to tear up an internationally agreed treaty on Brexit, the Northern Ireland Protocol. And so there was no trust there whatsoever. Boris has now departed. Liz Truss, who succeeded him, a very short time. That wasn't a very happy relationship either, but it was so short that it wasn't very consequential. The other reasons are that there was the AUKUS deal back in the autumn of 2021, when the UK, the United States and Australia agreed a trilateral Pacific defence arrangement, and France felt completely sidelined by that, and France lost a 36 billion euro submarine deal as a result of that. Now, the Americans made great efforts afterwards to try to placate the French, say it was mishandled, they mishandled the organisation of AUKUS, and they were very sorry. Britain really didn't trouble itself too much about whether France had been sidelined or felt injured after that, or felt angry that it had lost such a lucrative deal. So that again did not contribute to bettering relations. There were fights over fishing and migrants. We'll probably talk about that again in just a moment. The other reason why this is happening now is there was a certain personal chemistry, it appears, between Rishi Sunak, the UK's new Prime Minister since November, and Macron, October, and Macron. They met at the COP27 in Cairo, and there was a certain personal chemistry. They're the same generation. They have a similar financial background. There are meeting points there, so they're hoping to build on it.
A bit of a bromance across the English Channel then. Tell us what exactly is going to be on the agenda when they do meet again in Paris.
Security and defence is one of the key areas. These, of course, are the only two nuclear powers in this area in Europe, and they are hoping to beef up, for example, sending weapons to Ukraine, beef up training for Ukrainian Marines. They're hoping to make their two rival fighter jets compatible so that they would be interoperable, if you like. A number of issues like that. Also, Britain is likely to join France in Pacific marine patrols. So there are a number of key defence accords that are likely to come out of this. This is because the two of them have become very aware since Ukraine, with the increasing threat of nuclear proliferation from Russia, from Iran, that they need to work together. They are in the same neighbourhood, and they are both big hitters in this. For Rishi Sunak, his personal domestic priority is sorting out small boats of asylum seekers arriving in Britain, sometimes dying en route. It has become a massive domestic issue in Britain, and they would like to be able to return asylum seekers to France. Since Britain left the European Union, there is no longer a legal instrument to regulate that flow of migrants. It's unlikely that anything serious will change on that returning of asylum seekers. It's a complicated issue for France. It's a Europe, an EU issue for France. Beefed up coastline patrols, perhaps. But I think Sunak will have to lower expectations in Britain on the issue of migrants.
And so what kind of outcome are you expecting then following this meeting? Will there be any kind of particular deals that we should be keeping an eye out for?
There will be accords on some of the issues we've looked at. I think probably the most important outcome of this is an improvement, a reset in relations, and this will be built upon in the future. King Charles is coming to France later this month. The British are really on a charm offensive as regards France and Macron. There is a recognition in Rishi Sunak's government that hurling insults at Europe, at France, has not delivered for Britain. It has not resulted in cooperation, and there is a very clear change of direction here. They're trying to work together. Further down the line, there might be something useful for Rishi Sunak on migrants. I think it's unlikely this time.